Hi everybody, it's me, Bob Anderson of Bob Anderson Art, and I'm back again to continue on. I'm going to show you now how I'm going to put the shingles on the barn. Now, I'm a little upset today because normally my hair and makeup people are here, and normally I have a crew of about 15 to 20 people behind the camera, but they all abandoned me today, so I've got to do this alone. Okay, so to move on, I'm going to show you how to put shingles on the roof, or the way I do it. Okay. Where'd my white go? Excuse me, gotta get my white. Normally I'd have a production assistant or 3 or 4 running around bringing me the paint. This is what you deal with. Okay. Okay, so again, I take black and gray and mix black and white and mix gray. And I'm just gonna put I'm just gonna start putting just mixing different shades of it. And you can even put, if you want, greens or blues, which I will eventually, because the way I paint is I will paint this whole mural and then I'll stick, even though the barn is red and different colors of red and gray, I'll put other little slivers of green and blue, and all the colors in the mural will be kind of tucked into everything, so that when you look at the mural, you may not immediately notice that there are little bits of color on everything, but there will be, and it makes the whole thing tie together. There will be little bits of blue, purple, green, and through all of these things, and I like that. And that's what I do, because theoretically, all colors bounce off everything. And you may not realize it, but colors bounce off everything in the room. So there'll be little bits, and maybe when I paint them, they're a little stronger than they really are in true life. But it's almost like an impressionism technique or something like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna start putting different colors. I'm just mixing it right in my fancy art pan, which is an aluminum painting pan that you put a roll, you put paint in and you roll the roller. And I do have to say this. I love it when I go to the art stores and they have all of these things like palettes and all of the accoutrement of artists. And then if you ever meet real artists, they end up using stuff like this. They don't buy those little plastic or those wooden palettes like Leonardo da Vinci would use, that's shaped like a kidney with a hole for your thumb to go through. I'm not knocking that stuff. It's great. But when you're in it a while, you don't end up buying that stuff. But there's nothing wrong with it. You end up using anything that you've got. I remember watching a famous sculptor on TV. Oh, must have been 20 years ago. And he was using little jar caps and holding them in his hands. And he's a famous sculptor, but he paints his sculptures too. And he was using little, the lids to jars to mix his paints in. He wasn't going to the art store and buying little cups for that, although that's great too. I'm just saying. Okay. So different kinds of grays, lights and darks. And of course, the tiles at this end, which is closer to you, would be bigger. And this barn is a little on the deteriorated side, so there's missing some tiles. And so I'm just throwing these tiles in, just kind of haphazardly, keeping them in the line with the roof, so they would be in alignment like this with the shape of the roof, so they're all going, because in reality they're all going the same direction. So I just keep doing this all the way down the roof. Some of them I might make a little longer. Some are shorter. Okay, just keep doing that. And just keep adding that kind of multi-layered texture on it all the way down to the end of the roof. I just hope my hair and makeup look good today. There's no director here. There's no trailer, 40-foot trailer for me to rest in between shots. I'm so pissed about that. Okay. So just continuing on. And of course, as they get down here, they get smaller because they're further in the distance. I hope you can see. Yes, you can. Okay. Again, where's the cinematographer? I have to do it all myself. So just continue on. Now, also, on this, the eaves, or whatever you call this part of the barn, the underside of the roof, the tie, I noticed that in the picture that she sent me, it seemed like the boards kind of went like this, and they were actually deteriorated and some were missing. So the tiles were actually, the shingles are actually missing from this, and there's actually holes where the boards that would run this way are completely missing. So these would be in alignment with that. So it'd be like this. So I'm just gonna throw some texture and interest on here. It's just the beginning. And at some point, I will actually pull the sky in here to reflect, to show that some of this, there's literally gouges like this in it, where you see the sky through it. And I'll add those later. Okay, I'm gonna continue to work on this and call and see if any of my crew can come today. Okay, bye.